Every nigga I saw Hollywood this man Zoo, man. That boy went, you feel me, they done died. You feel me? Ain't no jail, but they done died, man. Yo, what's up, gang? Forget to that Bayzoo. Shot spinner. You feel me? Chicago spinner. That boy Red Deal hopping out, walking down shit with a Draco. You feel me? I ain't really gotta say too much, man. Boy, just tune in and subscribe, man. Tune in and subscribe, man.
County, Chicago. 10,000 inmates housed in the country's largest single-site jail.
Me and phone them smoking Baba on that folks. Hey, we ain't into it with folks since they ain't smoking. What's your joke, bro?
I never had wires though.
Cause you run your mouth and broke that joke cause you a
Y'all don't have wires, bro.
Damn, he said he broke the jaw. Why they speaking on Bayzoo like that, man? Why that boy wanna get out and walk down on their man? That shit crazy. Hey, but look though, man, y'all boys like, come subscribe, man. Bayzoo like that, man. Tell them boys to stop trying that boy, man. I think that boy locked up, dude.
Both sides. See where I be rocking with y'all. See where I be okay. Who like it, who don't like it. Like, it is what it is.
You gonna watch your mouth.
Man, everybody.
You gonna watch your mouth. You understand me? You gonna watch your mouth.
A 32-year-old rapper, Mubu Crump, passed away after he was shot, and another, Yarmel Williams, aka 051 Melly, wounded but survived a
Both shot, 2 dead is on the dispatch. Why you thirsty for that back door? Melly got his shit splat. Don't get it twisted cause I rap, I still a
Crump did all that woofing, he ain't even make it. Melody got shot in the party, started hollering, shaking. What for you, Roy? Tell him. What Crump at? Huh? What Crump at? What Melody at? Any nigga that woofed at me, where they at? Oh, alright. I bet I'll be.
That boy said, where they at? Where they at? Oh, they were hollering on that boy though. I ain't even gonna cap. Like, come on, man. Y'all doing this all on live and shit, bro. Go run down on this nigga, bro. Y'all ain't even trying to go look for this nigga yet, bro. Y'all crazy as fuck, bro. Yeah.
Be here to tell y'all the last of the story though. I bet I'll be here. Play with me. I bet I'll be here.
Hey yo squad, what's the drill? Back with another video, man. You know when it comes to beef and rap, the city of Chicago has been at the forefront of every conversation, with journalists like DJ Academic shining light on the grimy battle in the trenches with the Warren Chirac series. The world was exposed to the heart of the streets. Many never made it out, but some savages have gotten their get back of every op mentioning their name, beat murder cases, and they still thugging. Today, we're gonna detail the life of one of those savages at the top of the food chain, THF Bayzoo. So without further ado, let's skip the play and get down to business. Devonshea Collier, aka THF Bayzoo, the Chicago spinner, is a curse to his ops. Haunting the trenches, popping out on anybody disrespecting his name or his man's name.
I ain't gonna count. I heard that boy worse than King Von himself, man.
But that notoriety in the streets didn't begin later in his life. Zoo's villain story dates back many years ago, connected to one of the most dangerous projects in Chicago.
Well, I ain't gonna say worse than, man, but I'm gonna say King Von was looking up to this nigga, man, right there.
Chicago, the Caprini Green projects.
This Cabrini Green 11, man. This is how we do it.
And the old Cabrini Green housing project.
Infamous for its dangerous environment, it was a breeding ground for crime and gangs. From there, Zoo found his way to the Woodlawn neighborhood, home to THF 46, aka Trigger Happy Family. Zoo, already having the trenches in his blood, fit right in with the streets, and his name gained credibility as one of them ones. He embraced what came with that lifestyle as a youngin'. He was a known problem, applying pressure and instilling fear. His path will cross with the voice of the streets, aka Lil Durk, and from one savage to another, the brotherhood was almost like fate. Zoo stands on being THF, but embraces his affiliation with the Only the Family movement.
I'm a real 60 though. I'm THL, nothing else. Front grade, like OT OTF them my brothers. This shit now. This shit real. Yeah, I know what it is to me though. Like,
as Dirk was going up, so was Zoo. He could be seen in the cut lurking in music videos like This Ain't What You Want. This ain't what you want. Hit the road. And the 52 Bars Part 2 joint. You don't know who baby is? 06, Warline, OTF the family. When things needed to get done, Zoo was there to handle business. Can't be around my dog, I still a risk it. I know Zoo would dry. During that time when Keith and Dirk fell out, Zoo was also in the mix. Many never knew this, but on numerous songs, Keith dissed THF46. I looked through Keith's catalog and 2 examples of the beef between the two are on the tracks War.
Smoking on that fat hair, run up on 4-6, lead up with. Hey, that boy snap.
A nigga flat dead, shoot up 47.
And the See You Later joint.
Cross me, bitch, see you later. That nigga
Real classic,
he gon' need God.
Real classic, man.
He they block.
His then homie THF Billa also confirmed the bad blood with Keith.
I remember like back in the day, Sosa had a song that sounded like he had this y'all block or something like that. Like, what was to that situation? Like, what made him do that?
To be honest, I don't really know what made him do it, but.
So y'all just gonna rock with him at all?
Nah, I don't know him. I don't know him, and every time somebody mention that song to me, it just rubbed me the wrong way. Yeah, I don't like Shorty.
Zoo was with whatever and was growing in popularity, but it's a tale as old as time itself. The streets gives, but then the streets taketh. And what it was aiming to take from Zoo was something that would destroy his whole life. In November 2014, the curtains began closing on his reign over the trenches when the law threw the book at him. July 5th, 2009, a man by the name of Dominic Barnes was riddled with bullets on the 4700 block of Forestville Avenue in the Bronzeville neighborhood. He passed on the scene due to his injuries. Cops were stomped as to who actually pulled the trigger, but it all came to light in 2014 when the case led them to THF Zoo. Zoo was arrested, but what's more, his homie Lil Durk also got dragged into the situation. Police reports state that on the hunt for Zoo, they went to a southwest suburb home in Oakland Park around 5 a.m. The home was that of Lil Durk. Reports went on to state that a woman who answered the door then let them in, and the officers saw Banks, aka Durk, standing in the living room near the kitchen island. Police seized.
Why the fuck you let the police in, bro? Why the fuck y'all got this hoe in this bitch if y'all can't trust this hoe? Just hold up. You feel me? Hold on, set y'all up, man. Y'all flagging in that bitch.
The Glock 45 caliber handgun with a magazine and 11 live rounds, and a Springfield 45 caliber handgun with a magazine and 13 live rounds. Zoo was hauled away by the boys in blue along with Durk, who got charged with the unlawful use of a weapon by a felon. Zoo was staring down a tunnel leading to the end of his freedom for the shooting of Barnes. What's more, it turns out that Zoo was already in the crosshairs of the law, so his rap sheet was already a bad look to the court. Prosecutors stated that at the time of his arrest for murder, Zoo had a pending unlawful use of a weapon case. Zoo was a shooter allegedly. I did some digging, and that year Zoo was apprehended twice before the murder case. First in January for the weapons case mentioned, then again in April for a number of charges stemming from illegal driving offenses. Zoo was wildin', bruh. This time he was held without bail and the fight for his life was on. He beat the streets, but could he beat the court? As fate would have it, he was the undisputed champ in the trenches and in court because Zoo did the impossible, beating an M due to insufficient evidence to pin it on his head. Still, he lost 4 years of his life while fighting the case. Released in 2018, bruh was back on the prowl and the ops had to brace for what was coming. Zoo was passionate about the smoke, roaming the streets ready for the ops.
Gang, how they want it? Shut your ass up, dude.
One such op thought he could take him down, and he started woofing online with big accusations about Zoo. Mubu Crump from the set Man Up Band Up got on live with Zoo and let the cat out the bag. According to him, Zoo got his jaw broke by one of his mans for talking too much smack and had to have his jaw wired shut.
You just had your shit in the wire.
Internet whooping?
Your shit was in the wire in the county, baby.
I never would wire.
On
Never had wires in my jaw.
So what was wrong with your jaw? Your jaw wasn't broke? Was your jaw broke?
I never had wires in my jaw.
Was your jaw broke?
It's rumored Crump was the one who put a bag on his head. Zoo confirmed he got his jaw broke, but he never put in a wire, and things got heated to where he flashed the strap at Crump as a sign of things to come.
You still come home doing this? This still what you come home doing?
It's a $75,000 bomb.
Stop down.
You said who running? Man, you ain't gonna shoot nobody.
Is that what you still doing? Is that what you...
Crump didn't heed the warning. Instead, he got even more disrespectful, dissing Zoo's gang THF-46 on wax and coming for his homie Dirk when they thought Newski was lacking. Crump was acting invincible.
Don't try to shake my hand. You know I smoked your man. I'm 300K, Forces K, that's where I stand. Goof ass. What do I look like, Newski?
Every nigga I saw holler with his name Zoo, man. That boy went, you feel me? They done died. You feel me? Ain't no jail, but they done died, bro.
Talking about, hey, I'm about to take y'all.
Sadly, once Zoo put that curse on the op, it's all but done. Crump was wed up the same year Zoo came home and lost his life. With him was one homie, a formidable nemesis of Zoo, 051 Melly, known as the Grave Digger. Melly didn't get taken out with Crump, but the clock on his life was also ticking. Him and Zoo had a love-hate relationship. They were ops but had mad respect for each other. Savage to savage, they were the top shooters on each side.
You got the balls to be yourself. That's why I like your bitch ass. I'll always be myself.
Alright, Melly was really like that. What up? He was the only nigga that kept it real and gave me my respect when it came to these streets. That's why I respected that nigga and went live with him.
In the famous live between the two, it was like close friends chopping it up, but a couple things stood out. One being Melly stating that they called Zoo lacking before, and Zoo confirming he was shot in 2011.
It ain't having back to back. This is way down to 10 right there. Did you get shot then?
I got shot in 11.
The other being a breakdown of the altercation that got his jaw broke behind bars. According to Zoo, dude waited until he was brushing his teeth to sneak up and sucker punch him, but he got stomped out.
Want me to tell you what?
Yeah, that's pussy as fuck. If you gotta sneak up on a nigga and punch him, that's pussy as fuck, bro. You don't need to be in the streets, or you don't need to be locked up, man. Go head to head, you feel me? You gotta punch a nigga. You gotta sneak up on a nigga just to get that lucky hit.
I was digging in my bag, getting my toothpaste to the brush. I'm gonna brush my teeth, bro. He snaked me, bro.
Yeah, they say you clapped his phone. He said you said something about you clapped.
He clapped my phone.
You like, nigga, I ain't no motherfucking duck. Nigga, you know what the fuck I'm doing? My name Bayzoo. They say you bust on me, bro.
Oh, Kyle, he did.
Even if they were cool, it was still smoke. And Melly, just like Crump, who had a rivalry with Zoo, also lost his life after being shot up at a house party. Did a full video on his life so you could check it out if you want. Melly always said he would die a legend, and for sure, his name is forever in the books as one of the deadliest. Everyone who crossed Zoo was losing their life. There was no escaping the Bayzoo curse. When the smoke clears, he was the one left standing.
4 shot, 2 dead is on the dispatch. Why you thirsty for that back door? Melly got his shit splat.
Crump know what's on with me. Crump ain't even here to even tell a story to y'all bitch ass no more. Melly ain't here to tell a story with y'all no more. Bitch, the real survivor.
Even then, his respect for Melly never left.
Y'all Seco, pull up off of that bitch and reload. I miss Melly, man, on Photo Grade.
In a quarter mile, turn right.
I miss my boy, man. That was a real little nigga right there, Joe.
But that's the game. Everybody loses, just a matter of time. Outside of his ops meeting their maker, Zoo was still a problem with the law. In fact, after beating his murder case, they were still on his trail. That same year, he was apprehended again on an outstanding warrant where reports state he did a month locked up, and that's where he met King Von, who was also fighting a murder case himself. Von beat the case, and the two continued linking outside, even dropping the banger Beat That Body after finessing the system.
Yeah, I see you drop the song, Beat the Body or whatever. That's what bro right here, Zoo.
Yeah, featuring Zoo in front of me and Zoo
Real members, man. Official made it out this shit. You know how that shit go.
So where y'all get the concept of that song from, as far as?
Oh, it's real life, you know? That's just what happened. It's real, just what happened.
So y'all was locked up for the same shit, different shit, or?
Different shit, man. Same case.
Same charges, but different,
From there, Zoo was still lawless as ever. In 2019, the cops caught Zoo lacking again, charging him with reckless endangerment and for being strapped with a shotgun and a rifle. Zoo was going through it. The cops wasn't letting up, and they doubled back, snatching Zoo up again in 2019, not too long after. Word is that they were trying him again for the murder he beat as new evidence came to light. Around that same time, His IG confirms he was arrested with posts saying "free me" while missing his son. Zoo did it again. He was 2-0 and beating the murder charge they tried pinning on him. Walking out of prison walls in March 2020, he was ready to take over the rap game and be with his family rather than get lost in the streets. Zoo kept his word. He came home and was dropping heat back to back. He was clearing up, and that included people he considered snakes in his camp. In a shocking turn of events, his homie THF Billa was cut off.
That's why you mad? I've been spared. Gave you 3 chances. Called you and asked you what's up with the sneak this nigga. You want to explain yourself. You steady want to make sneak this ass post and all that clown ass shit. Nigga, get up with me on call. I ain't. Tell no. You ain't finna. Stop all that internet shit talking about you gonna pop up and beat my ass. You not even gonna pop up, bro. You ain't been on the block in 10 years, man. Don't nobody even know you no more. Somebody take that THF off your name.
The falling out stemmed from an interview where Billa basically said he had to step in and rescue Zoo from Crump because he would have gotten beat down due to Crump's size.
So what was the situation with you and Mubu Crump? Like, it was like a lot of back and forth with y'all.
For real, I just felt like he was just trying to pick on. He knew he could, you know, put his hands on smaller than him, and it's like my homie. So you know, I just stepped in and basically put my 2 cents in.
Zoo took that as disrespect and called cap.
Did you go beat the nigga ass though for his Did you go hop out? Go gun down? No, I ain't gonna say gun down, but did you go beat the nigga ass? Go stand up on him, you feel me? Go stand up for your partner, bro. So, since he's so small, since he's so, you feel me? Hey, but that shit crazy. You ain't gonna stand up, you ain't gonna stand up. I see why he don't fuck with your eyes, you feel me? I see why, family. I see why, bro. Niggas be pussy for real. That's why I don't fuck with niggas like that, bro.
Getting it all off his chest what he had to say to Billa in an IG post. Billa shot back at Zoo dragging Dirk into the mix in the post of his own, but he also did a vid speaking on the situation, saying they had their issues behind closed doors for about a month, but bringing it to the net wasn't cool. You could tell he was hurt over how Zoo went about it. That was his homie for real.
Like I said, I ain't never seen 2 Kings 1 Castle, man. I ain't got nothing bad to say about dude, man. I love dude, and that shit hurt my feelings. I'ma keep. I ain't no here flexing it. Oh yeah. Out of here, that was my homie. My homie. And he took it upon himself to take this shit like this. Come on, man, we had a problem behind closed doors for a whole month.
While Zoo was cleaning camp, the cops wasn't buying that he was on the straight and narrow, and betcha my golly wow, they made sure to investigate that he wasn't. In May 2022, they finally caught Zoo again, this time with multiple polls, and the cops were not trying to see bro.
God damn, Zoo. Stay out of the jail, man. Stay your ass out of jail, man. Your ass for doing hella time for what, bruh? No reason, bruh. Like, come on, bruh. Find your girlfriend, man. They got, you feel me, else. You gotta move clean around this bitch, bro. You can't be moving dumb like this. You too old, bruh. Too old, bruh.
When urban news outlets broke the news, stating that cops caught Zoo with 3 machine guns. As of right now, his last post was on June 23rd promoting the release of his new track, Purity. Most we can do now is wait to see if he can once again finesse the system. He's came along.
So that boy locked up right now, as we speak. Damn, free Zoo, man. Free Zoo, man. Our boy, like, come and subscribe, man. I don't know what, man. GCK, no name, full time. Man, my bitch.